I don't know what it is, but lately I've been really enjoying first thing in the morning sitting down with you guys and filming my content, whether that's chatting with you, giving you life updates, giving you bag updates. Some of you guys were like, from my birthday, like 20-year vintage hunt for the Coach bag of my dreams of 20-year-old Nichole. You guys were like, give us the update. If you missed it, I just uploaded it a day later this week. Sorry from my travels. I'm a little off, but we're back. We're back into it. Also, BoxyCharm and Ipsy is shipping later than I think it ever has since Ipsy took over BoxyCharm. It's not coming till the 10th. So that content is still coming, you guys. I took this with me to South Carolina for my birthday. Saved my lips because it was freezing there for me. Although the locals were cold too. This is the City Beauty City Lips like nighttime lip oil. I've become obsessed with this. There's a kid outside yelling at his parents right now. I don't know if he's just cold or cranky. I would have been in big old trouble. And I'll be for real with you. I went through one of my favorite face oils that I got this year, and I could tell the difference between the weather getting colder and just my skin being like, we need hydration and moisture, woman. Fast little empties for you. This Earth Harbor Calypso I've used up entirely, and this did a great job for my skin. Didn't break me out or anything. And since I was there on a birthday trip, I was like, what am I getting? So for my birthday, I went in to get my birthday present from Ulta, and at the same time, picked myself up a little treatsy. Well, my skin a little treatsy. This is a new product I am trying from Drunk Elephant. This is the Virgin Marula Luxury Face Oil. It's supposed to nourish and balance, and that's exactly what my skin needs at the moment because I've been feeling dry. And being mostly an oily skin girl through my life, when this happens, I'm always like, I don't know what to do. Do I feed it? Do I send it to the ER? What do I do for my skin? You know what else I got for my birthday? I actually decided to try some of the Sol de Janeiro scents. So I have a hair and body spray that I've been loving along with the number 40 fragrance lotion. Y'all, oh, I love the number 40. Which one is your favorite? Because I feel like I'm in the midst of trying a bunch of new fragrances and I'm totally down to try some more. I see a lot of people love 40 and I think 60 or 62. I've just like all of a sudden gotten on the fragrance kick and I now have a lot more fragrances than ever. I've always considered a fragrance like kind of a personal thing. So I've always been very selective and only had like one or two in my arsenal. But it's like all of a sudden I've decided I want to just try a bunch. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And my collection has grown. I don't know if you guys want a perfume like collection video. Tell me if you do. I need a face moisturizer, so I'm gonna be jumping into one that I'm trying from First Aid Beauty. It's the Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer with some SPF. Okay, so the real reason I wanted to sit down with you guys today is a few things. I have a giveaway for the holidays that I want to talk to you about. And it's also been on my heart, and I've been getting a lot of messages on my Instagram and an old video series that I have. It's actually my most popular, which is interesting because it's not something I talk about a lot. It's been now over 5 years, almost 5.5 years now since I had my total hysterectomy at the age of 35. And that is something that I still talk to girlfriends about. I actually have really close friends with endo that I was at dinner with them last night and they were kind of asking me some questions because they're at a crossroads in their health journey as well. This is the City Beauty Invisicrepe Body Balm. I love this stuff so much. And with the drier weather, ooh, I gotta put on my legs, hold on. My skin is so dry. And that's not a hormone or endo thing. That's it's freaking cold in Florida thing. So don't freak out. I honestly didn't have much of a plan. What I think I might do is just kind of give you a 5-year update where I'm at and also maybe go through my phone a little bit for some questions. And then we could talk about the holiday giveaway. This morning I am trying something new. I've been holding off on trying this for a long time. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter because I'm an oily girl and this is very glowy. But now that my skin's drier because of the cold, I thought I'd give it a whirl. And yes, I already put down some primer. So Speaking of my skin, I thought that was a topic we could get into because I get a lot of questions in my hysterectomy series and private messages about the changes of my body. And how do I feel now so far removed from my hysterectomy? What are my medications? Things like that. I am going to be mixing this a little bit with the Urban Decay Face Bond. I have always had more oily skin. And I will say, I think, now this could also be from age of just like, you know, getting older. I am a little less oily in the summer, but it still leans more oily. I'm drier in the winter, as I've just said, which is also a little bit more normal. I've gotten some crazy, like, and again, every woman is different, and I have to feel like I have to emphasize that because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, this is just my personal journey. And I know talking about health can really be difficult and sometimes triggering for people because they might be hurting, they might be going through something that they don't understand, and it's really easy to take it out on a person on the internet that's just putting out their personal information to try to help. So I understand. I've been doing this series for a very long time now. I get the gamut of responses to my video. Most of them positive, just appreciating me sharing my personal journey, because again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician. But a lot of people, when they're not experiencing maybe what I'm experiencing, or they're having a hard time, there can be a lot of lashing out. So you may see that in the comments below. Kind of is what it is. I try to still treat them with kindness because I know they're likely struggling. And I think we all know what it's like to struggle. So I just kind of like do my best to remind people this is my journey. A lot of people have messaged me asking, like, do you immediately start aging rapidly after you have your total hysterectomy? Because I had everything taken out. I have no ovaries, just as a reminder. I have no uterus. I have no cervix. I got cored like an apple, as I've said before. So for me, I have not noticed any rapid signs of aging. I do, as you've seen in this video, some quality skincare. I do see a dermatologist. I go to my OBGYN appointments to continue to get my 2 milligrams of estrogen because that is what has been working well for me. We started me out on 1 milligram of estrogen. Like about in the very beginning after I took the Orlissa to kill the rest of the endometriosis in my system for 6 months. And then I got on 1 milligram. And then we were all both like, that's not enough. So I went on 2 milligrams of estrogen. And that has been my sweet spot personally. I do take it in oral form. It's a pill I take every morning. My husband puts out my pills for me. I am also somebody who, from family lineage and family just genetics, has high blood pressure. No matter what I do, I will always have high blood pressure, so I take those pills as well, and it does not affect those at all. Look how glowy I look. I know a lot of women are concerned about aging rapidly after their hysterectomy, and my doctor has regularly told me estrogen is the fountain of youth, so she's very impressed with my updates every year I go see her between my skin, my internals. She's like, you are still premenopausal from, my tests where she tests my insides, she checks everything. And she says things are all still really great with elasticity internally, tightness, things like that, things that you want to hear as someone who is not at the age that I would normally be going into menopause. I don't have any hot flashes. I don't have a lot of the telltale signs of menopause because I'm still technically, according to my body, with my medication, premenopausal. I mean, I am now 41. I just had my birthday on Thanksgiving. You are all thankful for me, is what I joke every 7 years or so when my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, because sometimes it's not fun to have your birthday on a holiday, so you gotta spice it up. Something I do want to remind people or let people know if they did not know, unfortunately, Instagram and Meta nuked my old Instagram account. So in my past videos where I say I was able to chronicle a lot of the day in the life stuff on my Instagram stories, beginning of this year, out of nowhere, Meta started nuking accounts. Some of my other content creator friends in the beauty space also had some of theirs just totally wiped, and we're not getting them back. I've tried for a very long time. I learned a lot behind the scenes that literally Meta is Meta, and they're out for themselves, obviously, which we kind of knew, but unfortunately, for no reason at all, they nuked my account. So unfortunately, those stories are gone. So I've had a lot of people reaching out to me asking me questions that I'm happy to offer my insight and information. A lot of the information is in those previous videos. So if you're finding this video first, I highly suggest you go through my playlist of my hysterectomy journey, because I give right after, before it happened, the updates, the information of discovering I had endo, finding out I had to have a total hysterectomy at 35, giving you guys the details of what the journey has been like while going through it in real time. So I definitely suggest checking those playlists out if you found this video first. There's 6 videos in that series, not including this one. So there'll be 7 total by the time I upload this one. Ooh, somebody said something about they noticed they have more BO. Yeah, I will say body odor has definitely, or at least it did it, especially initially. In the first, I would say year or two, I was extra stinky, and I definitely needed to change up what I was doing for a deodorant. And I will throw up here on the screen what I'm currently using. No, it is not cruelty free, and no, it's not one of the more natural ones, because nothing natural was containing this. And anytime my husband accidentally buys the wrong one, or I run out and I try to use something else, even now 5.5 years later, nothing works for me as well as this. So you can find it anywhere. I find it at the drugstore. I find it at, the grocery store, Amazon. This is the best one for me personally to not stink and contain body odor. So that was a good one, because yeah, I could shower every day. It doesn't change the fact that when I do sweat, it's a little extra stinky. So Auntie Liz, longtime friend, good point. The BO be strong. I really want to chat about too is something I'm seeing in the comments about mental health. So I was just having this conversation with a girlfriend last night at dinner. She also has endo, and we keep joking about doing a podcast. And I don't know, for those of you that come to this video based on your need for the women's health portion of this, less the makeup, is that something you would be interested in? Is a podcast about just a women living their lives, what we've gone through with it, how we cope, the joys, the downfalls, the struggles, the learning, the support. Tell me if that's anything you'd be interested in, because we have literally been joking about this for probably a year. Because I kind of feel like I'm on the other side of my endo journey, but at the same time now I'm dealing with other stuff. So mental health through this has been very enlightening to discuss, because I didn't even know that I was having mental health struggles. I was so focused on my body being either in pain or bleeding chronically for so long that you forget how much there is a mental toll that it takes on you. And it makes you sometimes feel crazy. Doctors can make you feel crazy. Oh gosh, don't even get me started on that. That's a topic for another video and maybe a podcast. Because yes, my friends, it can be very stressful when you're like, oh, is that a cramp? Oh, is that pain? I did have phantom pains after my surgery that I started to panic, going, oh no, the endo isn't gone, or what's going on? And it wasn't until after I finally got my body managed that I could focus on the mental health and then recognize, oh, my mental health is not good. I need to focus on this. I need to make this a new priority for me. And that's where I'm, I guess, currently at. And I've been doing a really good job with my mental health. I've been talking to a therapist now for about 3.5 years maybe. And it's not like I see her weekly anymore, but I do see her about once every month, every 6 weeks, to process things and go through what I realize now is an anxiety disorder. And kind of where that stemmed from. And it has been so helpful because I think a lot of my endometriosis journey and being told I'm a hypochondriac most of my life, when I was like, no, I am in pain. No, I am exhausted. No, this is really going on in my body. But people telling me that maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So I was minimized, and anxieties that come with all of those things. Questioning your own self and body is very stressful when it comes from medical professionals and maybe family members too. Also, when your hormones and things have been so crazy, like your mind is part of your body. So there's a lot that I've been now able to start working on and fixing we can't really fix past traumas, but learn to cope with them, learn new ways for my new mental health. Post hysterectomy, post endo. And that's kind of where I've been with my current journey of just really being able to take care of myself in new ways. None of these things have been newer, by the way. These are slight things a lot of you guys have seen me use, so I haven't really been talking about those things as much. But letting you see the proof is in the pudding of some good stuff. Ooh, the morning raspy voice is strong today. With that foundation, I'm wanting to make sure I do some good powders. I know in my last video, I was like really glam and wanting you guys to see how well I was doing physically, mentally, things like that in my gosh, how many years ago was that video? My last update. 3 years ago for my 2-year hysterectomy update with tips and things like that. This one's obviously a lot more chill and a lot more like real life. And do you guys want to see more of this type of content? Please let me know. All right, we're pulling out the hot tea because your girl's cold. Oh, that's a lot of zoom. That's a lot of zoom. Sorry, hold on. In my last video, where it was like my 2-year update, I definitely came on here very glam, giving you the updates. I wanted you to see how good I was feeling, how good I was doing. And I still have been feeling good as far as my endo, working on my mindset, being able to focus on other parts of my health. But this video, I really wanted to sit down with you and be a little bit more chatty, a little bit more, let you see me with no makeup on, let you kind of like see how I interact day to day, a little bit more casual. I definitely feel like I'm more established in where I'm at in my endo journey, for sure at this point, like 5.5 years out. Still not found anything better than the Urban Decay all-nighter. Like, to hold the makeup on, all the things, keep it in check. Nothing is better for me. This is like an OG. Now, I still do have sensitive skin, and I've always had sensitive skin. I don't know if my endo journey has made that more prevalent or not, or if I've just gotten better at knowing how to manage her. Now, I am going to be honest with you about, again, my mental health has been a priority for me. So some other things have been a little bit more on the back burner as I have been learning through some stuff. And I'll tell you what I mean by that, but it does lean into the fact about something that could be a little triggering for people. So I do want to give that little disclaimer up front. I'm just being authentic with my journey. This doesn't mean this could happen to other people. I also think my genetics play a big role into some of this as well. So keep that in mind too. But I will say I have always had, from family lineage, weight up and down fluctuations. That is just how like my whole family is. And I was really in a good place physically after my hormone replacement therapy really got underway and I was figuring out how to balance things. I was like, yes, maybe this is the salvation that I have needed. Healthiest body that I'd been in a long time as an adult. And I will say focusing now more on my mental health has been requiring some medications, some time, and that has made my weight fluctuate again. And I do try my best, even though I was a child of the 90s and dieting was like so prevalent in our daily media and consumption, that I do still have to work through some of those things regularly about, oh, I'm not maybe where I was 3 years ago when I was at a peak part of where my fitness and health as far as like weight loss and things had gone. I've definitely gained weight since then. But I do know it has also contributed to the fact that I am on different medications now, hormone replacement therapy, things for my anxiety, and that does make the body fluctuate. So it's all an instrument of like one. So I'm now in that process of being like, where do I go now? What's my next step now that I've really done good things for my mental health to get my body where I want it to be, more healthy with some more weight loss. So it is a journey, you know, that's kind of life. I'm also 41 now, so is that going to be harder to lose weight? I don't know. We're going on this journey together if you want to be part of it. So I haven't had hot flashes yet. Some people have said things like, man, good luck when you get some hot flashes. I think I mostly had hot flashes the first 6 months after my total hysterectomy, but it's because I was on the medication Orlissa, and I go really deep into what all that is in the previous video, so check that out if you're like, wait, what is that? I'm gonna pop in here to my Physicians Formula Butter Glow, and it's got a blush and glowy bronzers. I took this with me on my trip, really liked it, kind of just mixed some stuff up here. Even though we've gone through a total hysterectomy, we want our skin to glow and look youthful and blurred and all the things. Everybody's gonna be different, and you hear that all the time in medicine, and that's so frustrating, but it's unfortunately so true. Just because I have been managing some long-stemmed anxiety doesn't mean you would go through that. Keep that in mind, because mine, I think, comes from a lot of other things from childhood and my own personal situation and body. So that does not mean you will have that. But it is something that for me personally, I have been working on managing now for a while, and I'm in a really good place now. So now I get to move on to the next phase of life, because that's just, I mean, there is no like ultimate summit of like, oh, I've completed life. Like this, that's when we did. You know what I mean? Like, so it's okay to know that you're going, what's in life, you're always going to have that next phase of what's my next chapter? What am I up to now? That's okay. That's beautiful. That's what we want to be doing. Leveling up each time. But back to what I was originally saying, I tend to tangent. I only had maybe like a hot flash or two in the very beginning before I got on hormone replacement therapy. Now the biggest hot flashes I have are living in Florida and drinking hot tea in the mornings occasionally, because I really have not had any of those symptoms. I don't have nighttime hot flashes. My insomnia has gotten so much better. In those older videos, I was really struggling with insomnia and figuring out the ways to medicate that to be able to sleep at night. I'm really glad to say, having been able to work on my mental health now and things like that, I sleep really great. I sleep fine. Well, maybe not right now because I'm cold at night and I've had a stuffy nose, but that's all like environmental, not body things. So some of the things that I was struggling with in my last video, I am no longer struggling with, and I'm in a better mental headspace. I'm sleeping so much better than I was. So keep in mind, even if you're going through something now because you just went through your hysterectomy or whatever you are going through medically, you're just at that phase at the moment, and more than likely, I'm not a doctor, but you're gonna work through that. And yeah, you may have other things pop up. Like I said, there's stuff I'm working on now. I'm not struggling with insomnia anymore like I was, and it was serious, like clinical insomnia there for a bit. And by a bit, I mean, gosh, was it about 2 years? So even if it's gone on for a while, just keep working at it. Figure out what works for you. Ooh, I got a new, where's it at? I say this name wrong every time, so if you're here for the makeup, you may know better than me. Seishu. I got the shade Mauve for my birthday, and I like this color more, but now I'm gonna look like a crazy person for a little bit, so just bear with me. Because this is the kind you gotta peel off. I'm gonna let this sit for 20 minutes. Be right back. I'm gonna peel this off. And I got some interesting questions I just found that I don't think I've ever addressed before. Kylie asked, did I lose my curves? She said that she has a hourglass body shape, as do I, and a bubble butt. Did your body shape change drastically? No, I still am an hourglass figure. I'm trying to decide if where I gain weight has changed. I don't think it has. I think it's been the same as before, for me personally at least. And no, I don't feel like my body shape, even when I'm smaller or a little bit bigger, I don't think I'm still an hourglass. Like, it's still boobs, smaller waist, and hips and booty myself. So I feel you on that. Guys, this is the new limited edition Viseart palette, and I am loving this. Traveled with it, love it. I also got a little quad on sale from them as well for my birthday. So we're gonna play with these while I chitty chat with you. Someone else asked about the pelvic floor. Yes, I am still doing Kegels. I don't do them as often as I did because I was probably overdoing it at first, according to my doctor. But I do work on my Kegels because some people have mentioned before, how's your bladder doing? I'm still doing great with the bladder. Like I said, there's still strong elasticity internally when I've gone in for my pelvic exams with my doctor. I'm very vigilant about, even when I am doing things like maybe lifting weights or doing something where I'm, maybe testing those muscles, that I am taut, I am keeping form, I am keeping things tight internally so my bladder doesn't drop. And I still have had really good results with that. I also asked my doctor about, is it like inevitable that my bladder will drop? And she's like, no. That's honestly also something that's more hereditary as well. So like, ask your mom, ask your grandma, how is your pelvic floor? Do you pee when you sneeze, kind of thing? I need some wood. Hold on. Knock on wood. I've never had the issue of peeing when I sneeze. I do Kegels. I am mindful, and I do keep that in mind as I'm like, oh, am I gonna need to do blah, blah, blah? No, so far, I'm good. I'm very conscious, I guess I should say, of my bladder health. But it's not something that has like consumed my life now either. It's not like, oh, I had a hysterectomy, now I need to think about this 24/7. No, I just think about when I do something, keep my, abs, keep that internal tight, Did I ever have leg swelling? Trying to figure out if that's my stage 4 endo or pelvic congestion syndrome. Interesting question. I don't know if I've been asked that one either. Because I have hypertension through family genetics on my dad's side and my mom's side, I do take medication for high blood pressure, and that does include the leg swelling from time to time. Like if I'm on a plane, my feet are gonna swell. It's so annoying. Same with my calves, really annoying. I do like to use some compression socks from time to time if I'm flying or something like that. But yes, even on the occasion, if I do too much or if I'm on my feet for a really long time, my feet can swell. So I'm assuming my calves are as well. Because I wear ankle bracelets on both of my ankles, like for style, not for, criminal activities. And yes, I can notice when they are swollen because the ankle bracelet is much tighter. I just elevate and then it goes down. I just had a total hysterectomy. Is it normal to feel pressure in your pelvic area? Afterwards, you are gonna be swollen for a while. And it took, no lie, 7+ months for things to start going back down for me. But I was also on the Orlissa that we think kept me swollen for so long. So yeah, and everybody is different, which is so annoying, but so true. I hope that goes down for you. It did take time, and I did take turmeric to help with inflammation during those first initial, year or two, just to support that if I could. Ooh, this is a spicy question, and I have answered it before in past videos, but I understand that everybody maybe has seen all of the videos. So, this question. Hi, ma'am. I'm glad you are fully recovered. I'm just curious, how's your sex life? If you are family or know me personally, click away. Because if you know me, no, you don't. And this is a totally normal question. I'm not going to shame anybody for thinking those things. I mean, most people are going to, because we are talking about sexual reproductive organs being removed from our bodies. This is a very healthy, normal question. And I have no shame in my game because I'm here to help women, but also be honest, because there are not a lot of people talking about these kinds of things. Again, that's why I'm wondering if you guys want a podcast for stuff like this. It's fine. It's good. It's better than it was before I had my surgery, because before my surgery, I was in chronic pain, or I was swollen and inflamed, or just feeling blah, exhausted, because endo does that to our bodies. Even if we're not told that's what it does, it does. It affects you so strongly. So having all of that removed, that disease removed from my body, is not a small thing. And yes, I feel better, so I'm more inclined to be excited to have time with my husband because I'm not in pain. I'm not inflamed. I'm not swollen. I'm not just like, oh, is that a cramp? Oh, what's going on here? I'm period free, so there's more time for activities. I do not miss having tampons hidden everywhere. Oh, funny story, and only y'all would probably care or get it, that my husband and I were cleaning out our car glove boxes to go on a trip, and he's reaching in the back of mine and he pulls out a tampon or two, and he's just like, do you still need this? And I was like, no, you can clearly tell the last time I cleaned that out, because we had stashes everywhere for tampons. You have to relate to that, right? I mean, it's been 5 years and I still am finding them. They're like Easter eggs that won't die. How did I deal with the insomnia while I was going through it? I took Unisom, and I still have a stash just in case something comes up. It is an over-the-counter, non-addictive medication. Sorry, I'm cold, so my voice is raspy. But yeah, I was mostly doing like a Unisom before bed. And even then, sometimes I was still struggling. So journaling before bed and just like getting off my phone, getting away from the blue light really did help. I did try some THC and CBD for sleep, and that was hit or miss for me, honestly. But it was also pretty pricey at the time, so I didn't want that to be like my constant go-to. I haven't done anything like that though in years because I haven't needed to, which I'm really grateful for. I think the insomnia, I don't know if it was just like a phase of what I was going through for a long time, and it was a long phase. Like, I'm not gonna underplay that it was a long time that the only way I could fall asleep was with the Unisom. And then after I moved into this house in 2022, I started noticing like other side effects that I think were telling me I didn't need it anymore. Like, my leg was restless when I was trying to get into bed after a while, and I was like, maybe I just need to remove the sleeping pill and see how I do. So I gradually like was figuring that out, and then I think it was just like my body was fighting it at that point. I don't know. Everybody's different. I'm not saying that's gonna happen to you, but that was my journey of being like, oh, I don't even need this anymore because I'm falling asleep better without it. So I don't use it anymore. Okay, when I'm talking about mental health earlier, some of the other things are things like selfishly or other people put upon you, saying things like you won't be a woman anymore. All right, if you've missed my last videos, I know I've talked about things like that. You are absolutely a woman. Just because we don't have a uterus, this is where we talk about the mental health and taking care of you during this time. That thing was trying to harm you, hurt you, and in some cases for some women, kill you. It is okay to remove anything from your body that is hurting you. It is not benefiting you to make you this societal version of a woman. You are a woman. Don't let that stigma affect who you are. You are still you. Do I still feel like me post hysterectomy? And this is a question I was asked last night by a very close girlfriend. Yes. And I do feel, it is so hard when I hear other women saying that since their hysterectomy, they don't feel like themselves, because that is something some women deal with. For me, I've been very fortunate that my 2 milligrams of estrogen helped level me back out, and I am good. So I could focus on other things like the mental health and the stigmas and traumas and processing life in general, because it's not like it's been an easy external environment for a lot of us for a long time now. I went through my hysterectomy right before the pandemic hit, and then I was going through hormone replacement therapy during 2020. Girl, when I tell you that was a wild ride, that's no lie. It was not good. It was not fun. But I just sit here and I think to myself, if I can get through the physical pain of everything that I had gone through with endo, with bloating, bleeding, pain, I can get through anything. So again, I've said this in past videos, I'm going to say it again. Do not minimize yourself and think that you are weak for what you're going through and having to have surgeries. You are so much stronger than most people, because they could not tolerate not only the pain, but also advocating for yourself to remove that pain, because you deserve peace. You deserve a healthy, happy life. And if that means removing something that is literally harming you, that's okay. That is okay. It's okay to take care of you. A lot of times as women, we tend to put ourselves to the side. And who does that serve? It doesn't serve you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Something else I've done for my mental health is join women's groups. I haven't talked about that, I don't think, ever before, but I have joined women's groups with, and they're not like endo groups. There are walks of women of all types. But every month we get together and we discuss things that women go through, whether that be discussing rage that women are generally not allowed to discuss or feel, or I don't know, even allow ourselves to accept that maybe we're really, really feeling a strong emotion about this because societal whatevers, norms. We talk about love, we talk about support, we show up for each other, we journal about it, we do activities together. That has been so crucial for my mental health, and to hear other women's stories and be able to converse about it, whether it's women's physical health, mental health, work stresses, environmentals, society, husbands, kids, whatever it is. I do suggest, because you're not alone, believe it or not just me talking to you through the internet, but like, you're not alone. Talking to other women that are supportive and a safe space for you can be one of your better mental health moments for you. And I strongly recommend you find what works for you, because again, you are not weak. And I know that mentally it can be very stressful and hard to accept. You know, maybe you've taken a piece of your body and you feel a certain way. Maybe give it honor in some way. Like, give yourself a maybe ceremonial closure with it of thank you for what you've done for me, whether it's give you babies. It didn't give me babies. It gave me pain since I was a teenager. So for me, I was like, declutter that beast. I don't need it. I have slayed the dragon and I've come out on the other side. But maybe for somebody else, you're feeling an emotional attachment to the uterus or to the ovaries, of maybe mourning a loss of maybe I now can't have kids biologically. Maybe give it that moment of peace and thank it for what it's done for you, or the idea. Because sometimes you're like, it didn't do anything for me. It gave you the hope or the idea of being a mom, being that societal told moment that we've been given of like, this is what women do. It gave that to you, whether that's a peaceful thing or not. Now you get to move forward with how can you achieve your goals in this next phase. And that is okay. Everybody's journey is so different. But it's okay to honor something that you're feeling a loss about. Give it that proper mourning moment for yourself, for your mental peace, because you deserve that. All right, back to a lighter moment here, just to kind of come off of such a heavy topic. This mascara is really good, and I've slept on it. This is the Mini Rare Beauty Mascara. You guys, this is so good. I'm actually thinking about getting a full size, and you guys know I am a budget queen when it comes to mascaras. But this one is changing my mind. It's in my cart right now, and I'm just like trying to decide if I want to pull the trigger. But look at those lashes. I know a lot of women were concerned about hair and hair care after, you know, kind of going through menopause and after your surgery. For me, my hair is very thick, not very thick. I have a lot of hair per square inch, and I have been able to grow her back out. I don't wash it every day though, and like I said, I do like to put in some hair oils to help with the dryness, because my hair is naturally wavy curly, which tends to dry out more. So maybe if you are struggling with your hair, look into your hair type and what are some good ways to help it grow. Although I will say now this could also be age and my genetics as well, because some of my family does go gray really early. My whites be whiten, and I do have standing hair appointments to touch those up. But I think I mentioned this before too. I have a second cousin who went totally white by the age of 18. So it's also in my genetics, so keep that in mind. Are these videos helpful for you guys? Do you want more on just a woman in her early 40s just kind of like living her life? Let me know in the comments below. And yes, I, obviously went through a hysterectomy, so my journey might be a little different, but I know that, again, this is one of my most viewed, watched, commented, series on my channel, and life continues to evolve, and that is okay. So let me know if this is something that you're wanting more of in the future. Ooh, okay, so again, not a medical professional, but one of the questions that I see from a little bit ago said, did anyone have bleeding? They're 2 weeks out and they started bleeding and they're getting nervous. I had 0 bleeding, but again, I lost everything. I don't have a cervix. I don't have a uterus. I don't have ovaries. Talk to your doctor. If something is different that you're not sure about, don't worry about, oh no, am I bothering them? Bother them. This is your health. This is your body. If you have any questions about something to find out if it's normal, yes, seek out your community like in here, but also ask your doctor, because I didn't have any bleeding, but I don't want to scare you into thinking yours isn't normal because maybe you're expected to. I had, I think, a little bit of discharge in the beginning, just kind of like getting out the things, but there was no bleeding. So, and I haven't bled since, and I'm living my best life for it personally, but my cycles have been terrible my whole life. Again, like I said, mine tried to murder me, so I was ready to declutter her and be done with her. So for me, I still went through a mourning process, I guess, of like, okay, now I for sure, can't have biological children, things like that. But I also, and even if you don't want kids, this is a safe space, just so you know. Even if you don't want kids, don't be surprised if you still have that mourning moment, because before it was still like at least somewhat on the table mentally. So it is okay if you all of a sudden were like, well, I didn't even want kids, but now I'm feeling these feelings. That's so valid and so normal. Allow yourself to feel those feelings, even grieve if you need to, because your body has changed and your mind sometimes needs some time to catch up, and that is okay. I haven't even talked about this giveaway yet, so let's talk about some giveaways. This might be a weird video to do it all in, but it's the holidays and I want to cheer it up a little bit. Let's take it up. Also, this Physicians Formula Butter Tinted Lip Conditioner, I have 3 of them. I love them so much. They're so good. So let's get into some giveaways for the holidays. Let's take this up a notch. Let's get some happiness going, because life is short. Let's enjoy it. This massive, very full bag, I'm going to be doing giveaway. Am I doing a big giveaway or multiple giveaways? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be showing you guys everything that is in this giveaway. There is some jewelry. There's definitely makeup bags. There is definitely makeup, a ton of makeup. So to be entered for my holiday giveaway, please go over to my Instagram, follow me there, and comment on this video, because then you're going to be entered in, and the better way to contact you is going to be through Instagram. But I know not everybody has Instagram, so that's why I need you to comment down below as well, so I can at least have a touch point with you if you happen to win. So comment down below, go over to my Instagram, follow me there. Feel free to leave me a comment or a message too, so I have you saved in my messages. I hope this video was helpful for you if you are going through this process, or if you just wanted an update on how my health has been going since I started this whole journey, gosh, 5.5 years ago now. And I hope you guys want to enter the holiday giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.